What's good, you guys? We're back again with another video. So I didn't do the previews for the semifinals, so I figured I really do have to do the previews for the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference Finals, where of course we're going to do the finals. I'm gonna be honest, the reason why I didn't do the last one because of Cavs lost, but that's neither here nor there. We're going to do the Eastern Conference Finals first, just because I feel like, if I'm being honest, if the Celtics don't play with their food, this should not go past 5 games. But we know who they are, even though they got some pieces to like not be so young and dumb. They got Al Horford, they got Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White. They still play with their fool. Like, let's just be honest. The Hawks series shouldn't win 6 games. Let's be honest. We all seen who that 76ers team was. Shouldn't win 7 games. But it did, because they played with their fool. And the main guy is Jason Tatum, my guy that I just praised in my video that I dropped. I fuck with him, but he plays with his food. He has his on and off games. Jaylen Brown, same thing, but he don't get talked about enough because he'll come out there and drop 14 points in the first quarter and then do nothing in the rest of the game. And people are like, oh yeah, he's always consistent. No, he's inconsistent too. But for this series, if they don't play with their food, they should not. This series should not go past 5. If we just look at the Heat, they did the stuff. They did the thing they were supposed to do. They capitalized on Giannis being hurt. Capitalized on facing okay Knicks team, and they're here. I think 3 times out of the last 4 years. It's an accomplishment. But look at Jimmy's injury. I seen his ankle. I think after game 6, he was like walking to like the press conference and he had no socks on. Ankle was fat as hell, fat as a motherfucker. So I'm assuming he's still gonna play on a hurt ankle. Even though they had like 4 or 5 days of rest, still. They don't go down, like ankle sprains take 2 to 3 weeks, and that happened like almost 2 weeks ago, but you don't know how bad he has, because the worst one could be like 5 to 6 weeks. So, and that was a big ankle, so you never know with that. You never know with Bam, even though Bam to me has been really good this whole playoffs. Once he faces the Celtics, he just has, like the first series they played, he was really good. Then last year he was terrible. So I don't know what Bam I'm gonna get, even though he's been really good in this playoffs. And then when you just look at the talent, they're not talented enough. They have guys that can be like X factors in this series, like Max Strus and Duncan Robinson. If they're shooting how they should shoot in this series, they can win you a game. Gabe Vincent can win you a game. He won them game 1, damn near won them game 2 of the last series. But at the same time, it's Max Strus, Duncan Robinson, and Gabe Vincent. Like, they're just, I don't want to sound mean, but they're not as talented as the Malcolm Brogdon, Duncan Robinson, and a fucking Marcus Smart. Like, those are their next 3 role players compared to their top 3. Like, you have Jimmy, Bam, and Kyle Lowry. Then you have Max Strus, Duncan Robinson, and so on and so. But then you look at the top 3 over here is, to me, Al Horford, Jaylen Brown, and just Tatum. Not in that order, of course. And then you have the Marcus Smarts and Derek Whites and the Malcolm Brogdon. It's just, they're not talented enough. Then when you really go deep into it, you got a Robert Williams. And then you can be like, oh, we can balance that out with Kevin Love, who's been really good, but you never know. This might not be a series for Kevin Love. I was talking to my friends about it yesterday. I'm stuttering so much because it's so hard to judge this series. Because they play with their foot. It's going to go 6 or 7, but they don't. They shouldn't. Jason Tatum has been good the last 2 games. Jimmy's on a hurt ankle. They don't really have nobody to stop Jaylen Brown. You got guys that can like give him some trouble, like Gabe Vincent, who's a guy that just has quick hands and gets to your spot before you do. And that's something that Jaylen Brown struggles with. But also, Gabe Vincent is 6'1", Jaylen Brown is 6'7", going on 6'6", going on 6'7". I feel like Marcus Smart has been really good this playoffs. Al Horford has been shooting it bad, but once he sees the Heat or the Bucks, elite shooter all of a sudden, Grant Williams is going to get more minutes in this series because they're going to need a guy that can space the floor in this series. It just really shouldn't go that far. But then you look at the Heat, and maybe I'm being too harsh because they're here for a reason. Like, still with Giannis being out 2 games, you had to beat the number 1 seed. And they were the number 1 seed for the reason. The Knicks, it's a little, I'm going to move past the Knicks, but they're here for a reason. And Eric Spoelstra has been coaching his ass off this whole playoffs. And I feel like Joe Mazzulla has too a little bit, but he has his lapses. Eric Spoelstra's just been showing why he's the best coach in this league. And he can be a huge factor in this series as far as shutting down their other stars and just making up a game plan to like having an effective offense. Because as we've seen in the regular season, they had a terrible offense. And postseason is one of the best. It's so weird, but the shooters start to shoot. It's more motion in the offense. Kyle Lowry is playing like a playoff Kyle Lowry. I don't know if you remember, like his last few years in Toronto, always stepped it up in the playoffs. Last year he was hurt. This year he's fully healthy, and now we're seeing a playoff Kyle Lowry again at 37. So I'm happy to see that. So, like I said, I don't know how to judge the series. I don't at all. I see Celtics still going with that two-man lineup, and I think the Heat should still go with their two-man lineup because Kevin Love can break. Because Kevin Love is, Robert Williams is obviously going to be on Kevin Love, but then again, because you can't really put him on Bam because Bam will give him foul trouble. And Al Horford's just a better defender in the post. But if you take Kevin Love and put him in a corner, you have Rob Will on him. Rob Will can't roam. When he can't roam, Gabe Vincent, who gets rim pressure, which is crazy. Gabe Vincent, who gets rim pressure. We know Jimmy gets rim pressure. They can't protect the rim. They can't rebound the ball. I'm stuttering so much. But Rob Will can't protect the rim because he's out there with Kevin Love. He has to be out there with Kevin Love. And then he can't get his rebounds. And I'm trusting Bam Adebayo to get his rebounds over Al Horford. I'm trusting him to also get to the paint. So you're taking a rim protector away. And then that might be a huge X factor. Now that I think of it. The two big man lineup, that's something that's going to be something that can sway the series. But then if you do what I think they should do, just go out there and run a Derek White. It worked last season because fuck it, PJ Tucker go in that corner. I don't care. This is Kevin Love. It's a different demon. This is one of the best big man shooters of all time. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm still say Celtics in 6, but I wouldn't be surprised if he wins because the Celtics just play with their fool too much, and this is just the wrong team to play with your fool. We've seen the first series, we've seen the second series. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Celtics in 6 though, but I want this to be the Jason Tatum series because the disrespect has been crazy. It's been crazy. So hopefully he dominates the series. But the next series is the real series that I want to talk about. Nuggets versus Lakers. Now I'm a Lakers fan, and I want to come at this with no bias. I don't know how this series goes at all. Just like last series, the matchups are so complicated. Like I see people saying play Vando and Jamal Murray. No. I think people see Vando put in so much effort. They be like, oh yeah, great defender. No, he's a great off-ball defender. Like he'll get you, he'll bump you off your screens and all that stuff. Like you've seen it with Steph Curry. It didn't hurt Steph Curry because he still had 30, but like still, he'll bump you off your screens, make you more tired and shit. Jamal Murray's not going on screens. And one-on-one, Vando gets blown by a lot. And who's one of the best ISO scorers in the playoffs this year? Jamal Murray will fuck Vando up. He would. So if it was me, I would stick with my last 2 starting lineups, which was putting Dennis Schroeder in, and just saying fuck it, bro. Dennis Schroeder to me is the better defender. He is the better pass, and at some times you're just gonna have to give it that length. Even though Jamal Murray is most likely gonna fade away a lot of times and put him in the post a lot of times, you just gotta give it up. You got to, because I don't think Vando should be a key factor in the series, especially on the other side when they're just going to leave him in the corner. But he can also help because he can just go out there and cut. But he has bad hands when it comes down there. So I wouldn't play him that much. Austin Reeves, you're going to be guarded by KCP. I like that matchup for both sides. Especially we seen it when they had Austin Reeves on Klay. He had 3 bad shooting games, and then they took him off him. Then he had his playoff rising moment. So you got to guard KCP now, who's not Klay, but he's still a guy that's running off the screen. So you have to chase him. Then you got to also get buckets on the other side. In altitude, that's a huge X factor in the series. Altitude. 38-year-old LeBron, bubble AD. AD that gets hurt a lot. And then you just got guys that never been in that moment before. Rui Hachimura, Lonnie Walker, Austin Reeves that never been in that moment. Then you had this big X factor playing in altitude. That's big, especially for Austin Reeves. Like I said, he has to guard KCP. But if he doesn't let that affect him, I like his matchup against KCP. But I do see at times KCP struggles to go around screens. And you have one of the best screeners, Anthony Davis, and that pick and roll has been money this whole playoffs. I'm confident in that. Same thing with Dennis Schroeder. You're going to be guarded by Jamal Murray. Not saying Jamal Murray is a slouch on defense, but Dennis Schroeder is just too fast at times. So I would make the pick and roll be even higher than it is. Sometimes they run at the 3-point line. Sometimes it's like damn near at the top of the key. I would bring that bitch out above the 3-point line. So you make either Jokic just step up or he has to fade back. You're not going to shoot it. But just keep him honest, bro. Sometimes just shoot that bitch. Fuck it. Because at times you're going to be able to beat him with your speed. That's why I think Dennis is the X factor on our side. Then you got Aaron Gordon on LeBron. Let me think. I think that's the best defender LeBron's had this series because I think Andrew Wiggins was hurt. Then the first series, Dylan Brooks. Like, come on. Come on, he was out that series by himself. So, Aaron Gordon's strong guy, big guy. It's going to be a hard series for LeBron. I can see a lot of settles as far as like him settling for jump shots because you can't just put his shoulder down on him because he's just so big. But hey, that's the hard part, man. It's LeBron James though. You never know. But then on the other side, it's gonna be hard for LeBron. That other two gonna get him, and you can just say, okay, I'm gonna trust Aaron. I keep saying Aaron. Oh, it is Aaron. I'm tripping. I can trust Aaron Gordon to shoot that corner shot. You can say that, but Aaron Gordon is not like the regular guy. Like you don't see PJ Tucker screening for everybody. You don't see Kevin Love is not really used as a screener like that. That's why you can leave him in the corner. PJ Tucker, same thing. This motherfucker, Aaron Gordon, be moving like he's Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. He's the constant screener. He's a constant cutter. The reason why Jokic is such a good passer because he's always on the move. So you gotta have LeBron chase that motherfucker in altitude at 38 years old. I don't know, dog. That's a scary X factor, bro. That's a scary X factor. And I just think at times Aaron Gordon just plays so big, and LeBron can be as big as he wants, but that shit gonna get to him. And then the one matchup you all thinking about is AD gonna guard Jokic? To me, yes. Do it. If this is the best defender in the league, one of the best defenders of all time, fucking do it. Because at the end of the day, if we stick him on somebody like Aaron Gordon, the same thing. He's going to be pulled away from the basket, or he's just going to be traveling the whole time. And then he's an energy guy. Not an energy guy, but he's a guy that uses a lot of energy on offense. And if you're using all that on defense, trying to chase that motherfucker around like he Klay Thompson, you're fucked. So just go out there and guard Jokic. Do it. Do it. And it's going to pull you away from the rim. Fuck it, bro. Y'all have to. The playoffs is all about. You have to give up something. Like you have to. Last series, Steph Curry, they gave up their whole offense and made Steph the point, and it worked. But Klay Thompson just sold the fucking series. You gotta give up something. So fucking give up that rim protection, and you're still gonna be able to do it because Jokic is not gonna just kill you from the outside the whole time. But just go out there and guard him, bro. And if you get hurt by doing it, because he throwing them bowls and he bodying your little ass up, then fuck it, bro. Fuck it. But I hate hearing shit like put LeBron on you. Fuck out of here. Like, no. Put Vandal. Fuck out of here. Stop hiding this nigga. We want him to be the top 5 guy. We pushing all these narratives with AD. And he's showing us that he's here for it. And then y'all want to hide this nigga talking about we want him to roam. He can't roam on Aaron Gordon. He can't, because he's not staying at the 3-point line. PJ Tucker and Kevin Love, they are staying. Evan Mobley, they're staying at the 3-point line at times when you stick them in there. They're staying at the 3-point line. Aaron Gordon is not doing that. So don't do that. Just put him on Jokic. Just live with it. Now we look at the bench. They got guys that just work hard. Bruce Brown, that's a huge X factor. Christian Braun, that's a huge X factor. But they did their job guarding KD. You can't put them small fuckers. You can't put them small motherfuckers on LeBron. I'm sorry. You can put them on Austin Reaves. You can put them on Dennis. You can put them on Lonnie. Hopefully, you can neutralize those guys. But hey, try to put the motherfuckers on LeBron if you want to. That motherfucker is gonna go sideways. Then off the bench for the Lakers, Rui had a bad series last series. Is he gonna have a go in this series? I would say so. Yes. If Darvin Ham doesn't put him at the 5, I've been noticing Rui at the 5 a lot. I don't fucking understand it at all. So yeah, I think he would, just because if you and one thing I want to say is Mo Bamba or fuck, not Tristan Thompson. Mo Bamba or William Gibb will have to play. We need some sides for the backups. Some. Because, yes, they don't run it, but we still need some sides, some rebounds. Because if you're out there running Rui or Aaron Gordon, when he's playing the 5, he's going to kill him too. So we need some sides. And I think at times when we go to the bench unit, we should not defer to Rui because it sounds crazy. But we've seen it in the first series. He did his thing because at times we were like, Rui, go ahead, fuck it. Take them post touches. And then we're going to find you when you're out there at the 3-point line. And they kind of went away from that last series because he really couldn't play. I think he can play this series because he can go out there and, not Aaron Gordon, but he can guard a Jeff Green. He'll be fine on Christian Braun. Like, he'll be fine on that. But, like, not Aaron Gordon, no, please, no. But he should be good. I think Lonnie, we talked about Austin. I think they will be, I don't know. Lonnie, he had a great, game 4, that's what it was. And then he had a decent game 6, but I don't know if he's going to be able to sustain that. Same thing with Austin. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't even talk about Michael Porter Jr. Like, when we look at the starting lineup, who the fuck is guarding him? D'Lo? He has to chase him? This is a hard matchup for the Lakers, dog. It's a hard matchup. So, I'm going to go Nuggets in 6. I'm going to trust the team that's been together the whole season. I've been saying that for all of their series. I've been trusting them. I've been hearing people talk about, oh, they said we're going to be a first round exit. Nobody's like, and somebody said that, just stop talking to dumb people, please. I didn't pick the Suns because I'm not trusting DeAndre and Chris Paul. So I'm going to stick with the Nuggets making out the West. Sucks. I wouldn't be surprised if we win. But I think the key factors for the Lakers, Austin Reeves on KCP, you might not think that's big. That's huge because the energy he has to use on that side. AD on Jokic, of course. And then is LeBron going to be LeBron? Because I wouldn't even say LeBron has had... Okay, Game 6 was kind of that moment, but he hasn't had that, oh, this motherfucker's top 2. And he hasn't had that yet. So, that's a key factor for them. I mean, for the Lakers. Now, for the Nuggets, just play basketball. Just play y'all game, because the more I think about it, they could fuck around in this series in 5. They're a bad match. People looking at them like they're a good matchup for it. I don't see it. It's just they got guys, dog. They have some fuck. The bench don't look that sexy, but it works. They have guys. I don't know. I'm gonna go Nuggets in 6, man. So let me know what y'all think about my predictions. Sorry, I'm stuttering a lot. It's some too hard series to think about, but other than that, man, I will be back again with another video soon, one day this week. I'm not gonna take a break again. Talk to y'all later.